Hi, I'm Christine Graff, Deputy Editor of the Cabrini College newspaper, The Loquitur. Today I'm here with Sister Pauline of the Little Sisters of Mary Immaculate of Gulu, who works with CRS to establish peacebuilding in Uganda. Sister Pauline is here to share her knowledge and experience on the issues facing Uganda. Sister Pauline, can you give us a background on the war in Uganda?
Thank you, Christine. The war in Uganda started in 1986 between the government of Uganda and the Lord's Resistance Army being headed by a man called Joseph Kony. Joseph Kony started the war when he was still very young, and he ran to the forest, came back, and asked people to follow him. When he could not get people, he started abducting young boys and young girls. The reason that he wanted to overthrow the government was to rule Uganda using the 10 Commandments. When he started abducting children, he would come at night, knock at the doors, open with the team he had, and tie the children and put them in line and take them to Sudan. These are young boys and young girls who are still in primary school, elementary classes, and when he takes them to Sudan, he trains them to be soldiers. The girls were mostly given to elderly men. They became sex slaves or sex workers. And then the boys, they serve as child soldiers. These children on their way to Sudan, they encounter a lot of threats, and they commit a lot of atrocities. For example, some of them were made to sit on dead bodies to instill fear in them and make them strong, and also make them not run away. Some of them were made to carry dead bodies, and some of them were made to kill their fellow friends who were escaping. Either you kill by chopping your friends and heap like firewood, or you kill by beating until the person dies. They were made to carry heavy loads more than their weight. They would move to Sudan without food, and most of the food they were carrying was to be eaten by the captains of the rebels. Most of them were drinking urine. If you don't have urine, you get from your friends. And they were eating leaves and then some fruits which are not yet ready, just to maintain them and give them strength. Many times they have to cross big lakes, cross rivers, but they would use rope in order to cross in order to reach Sudan. Many of them, their legs got swollen, and once your legs are swollen, they say you cannot keep up with the pace of the group, then you are cut into pieces, or they leave you there to die. 4 of my brothers were kidnapped. 2 died, 2 came back. But they came back when they were not normal because of the atrocities they have seen, and sometimes they were forced also to kill their fellow friends. In one instance, they were made to arrange skeletons into human beings like a shape of a human body, and they were made to lie in between throughout the night. This was to make them gain strength and to instill fear in them so that they don't run away. And because of abduction, most of the people left their original home and were displaced in the camps. About 2 million people were displaced in what they call protected camps. And as I talk now, about 500,000 are still living in the protected camps. The war has caused a lot of effect on the people and even the children who have been abducted. One, there's there's been a lot of poverty. People are depending on the food given by World Food Programs. And this food comes from the people of America. They give maize corn, and then they give beans. The whole day you go and line for this food, and you are given either a cup of beans and a cup of maize flour. And then that is supposed to take you for 1 month, even if you have so many people in your house. And 2, lack of water. People have been lining for water. You go with 1 jerrycan and line up the whole day. And when you get the 1 jerrycan, you are supposed to use for cooking, you're supposed to use for drinking and for everything, which is not enough. And most of the social services and facilities have been destroyed. For example, schools, health centers, and roads have been destroyed. If you go there, you find children learning under the tree. Now that they're beginning to go back to the regional home or going back to the satellite camps, they're learning under the tree because the buildings are not there, the facilities are not there, and they have to sit for the same examination throughout the country. And the war caused what we call the night commuters. These are children out of fear were moving every day long distance to go and look for safety, either under the veranda in the town or in the hospitals, or some of them go to the convents, some of them go to parishes, some of them they go and sleep in the churches. And then in the morning the churches are turned for prayer.